Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at their true feelings for you. The person on your mind, your person of interest, what is their true feelings towards you? You have three groups to choose from. The first group is Theolite, the second group is Malachite, and the third group has Aquangel or Quartz. You can pause the video and choose the group that you're most drawn to. The timestamps are given in the comment section, the description, and the chapters. And I'll see you in your reading. Hey Group 1, today we're going to take a look at the person on your mind. What is their true feelings towards you? You have chosen this Theolite. It's a beautiful crystal. It attracts love and healthy dynamics. It is a really good crystal for relationships and romance. And it talks about compassionate and loving energy, healthy dynamics. So whatever you're asking about, you might have a healthy dynamic with them. It might be a loving or a compassionate kind of connection. So right off the bat, your person definitely has tenderness towards you with the crystal I'm getting. They have soft corner or like softness and tenderness and gentleness towards you and their feelings and their thoughts. Whenever they think about you, they feel soft, gentle, really loving and calming, compassionate vibes. And let's start with your reading. I had to cover this card. It is the Elder of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So your person's true feelings involve abundance, and with this I'm also getting like an abundance of time, energy, feelings. They might view you as someone who is very hardworking or dedicated towards their work. You might spend a lot of time working, actually. They might view you as someone who has the capacity to get things done. You're independent, you are resourceful. And also with the abundance energy, they might view you as someone who's abundant. And this could talk about material abundance, this could talk about emotional, mental abundance. And by mental abundance, I'm getting this, an abundance of thoughts, ideas, perspectives. So they might see you as someone who's well-rounded and like knows a lot. So you might possess a lot of knowledge about different topics, or you might possess deep knowledge about a particular topic. But they see you as someone who's really intelligent and resourceful and knows how to get things done. Also solution oriented, for some reason I'm getting. And also the abundance energy I was getting, they might view you as someone who is very open and abundant in giving towards others, like giving your time, giving your energy, giving advices even. Like you're very resourceful and you're open to share that with the world. You're not someone who's stringent about your money or about your like you're not gatekeeping any information. Like you are truly someone who wants to help people and who's open to, like help people who might not possess the knowledge you possess or the resources you have. Like you are there for other people. You're not gatekeeping anything or something like that, which is a really nice thing to say. It's really beautiful. Then the next card we have here is Six of Wands. With the Six of Wands here, they definitely see you as someone who's really successful, even with the Queen of Pentacles, obviously. They see you as someone who's really successful, and someone who's recognized for their work. So maybe you're doing well in your career. Maybe you've spent a lot of time working actually, or whatever the case is, you're well recognized in your field of work and people respect you for your work. Your colleagues might respect you for your work, and like you have a good position, or like there's something about the thing you do, it's just admired. Like they would describe you as someone who's admired by other people for your work, for your energy. And they also admire you a lot for that. They think that you put a lot of energy and efforts into what you do, your creative projects or your career. And they see the hard work that you put in, the thought that you put in, and they are really happy that you are recognized for it. Even if you don't think like that, at least that's how they view you. Or maybe you don't even know that people talk about you and praise you behind your back, which is actually a really nice thing, right? Praises behind your back. Sometimes it's also needed to like praise someone in their face. It's like it's a really positive thing, right? Hmm. Maybe the tangent came in to bring another message about maybe your person has not praised you as much as they would have liked. Maybe they did give a bit of compliments from you, but they see you in high regard, definitely. With the 27, which adds up to 9 numerologically, it's also talking about they see you as someone who's really determined and you follow through. You're not someone who will give up, and they really admire that about you. And you might really like your face. When I'm looking at this card, the expression, like you might really like your face. I mean, the expression, like how you are you someone who's really animated and like gives out a lot of different expressions while you're talking? I'm not sure, but regardless, something about your expression or something about your face, or maybe you have a resting face that's really appealing to them. You know, interesting. And that is a really random and interesting message. A resting face that is really appealing to them. Hmm. Even with the honey and the sweetness, they might view you as someone who's really sweet. And there's a lot of like sweetness in their feelings towards you as well. Even with the theolite, we have already talked about that. That there is loving and gentleness, softness kind of feelings towards you. So there's a lot of sweetness around that as well. With the Tower card here, they think that you have a good foundation. You are someone who knows how to who knows the importance of having a good foundation. Even with the Pentacles cards and Six of Wands, it's like you really put in the work, and you're not someone who will build something out of unruly foundation. You are someone who will put in the work, being dedicated, do it the right way, do it the just way, ethical way. And also with the Tower, it might be something about you're not someone who will put up with anyone's BS. If you see something that is not right, or like someone is behaving in a wrong way, or like doing something wrong, or like someone is behaving with you in a wrong way, maybe disrespecting your boundaries, or just like wanting to manipulate you or anything like that, you call people out. You're not someone who will just, you know, let it go. You are someone who will bring that. Oh my God, I would bring that person down. I don't know what that means, but um, with the lightning, I'm getting it's like you are like this lightning that will just on the person, and you by calling them out, and oftentimes just calling them out. I mean, calling people out is such a basic thing to do, but like it has such an impact because a lot of times most people don't call people out for their BS and they just let it slide. But you're not someone to do that, and that's really awesome. But also have a little bit of fire energy or like fieriness towards you. Although you have, yeah, like you have pentacles and wands and the tower. I don't know what that is. Is that a flower? Oh yeah, this is a flower. But the when I saw it, the card, I viewed this as fire. I thought it's an animated fire or something. No, but it's a flower. Whatever the case, I saw it flower as flower, so I'm gonna, so that's significant. So you may have a lot of like fiery energy to you. You literally have the ones card as well. So, yeah. So you're really, they might see you as someone who's really attractive and like really fiery presence. Do you have a temper? I don't know. Even if you don't, it's just like your fiery presence, your passion, your enthusiasm, zest, hard work, and there's like also leadership qualities, but you're also really grounded. So like there's no non-boastful energy, which is a really good balance, by the way. It's so funny. The card that I was um, hiding the first card with needs to be hit with another crystal. But yeah, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Hmm. So definitely your person views you as someone who has got self-respect. And obviously we all got that vibe with the tower energy and not taking anyone's BS, calling people out. You do have self-respect. You're not someone who will let anyone cross your boundary and not pay for it. I mean, I'm not saying you do something wrong. No, they do see you as someone ethical, but it's like you are gonna call people out and you are gonna make sure that they don't do it ever again. So like, don't mess with me kind of energy, kind of vibes I'm getting, which is awesome, powerful. I like it. Hmm. And also self-love. They see you as someone who's really loving yourself, and that makes you more attractive in their eyes. I'm not sure if it's a newer connection, but I think from a lot of you, this might be a newer connection because your feelings are more of, admiration and observing you in life circumstances. And that is the best way to know a person, right? Because we can act as different, like we can act in a certain way when we know that we like someone, and just like, for example, if we go on a date with somebody new, so we're gonna be in our best behavior. We're gonna, even some people subconsciously or consciously do things or say things that uh, they think that would make them more likable. But when we look at someone from like how they behave in their day-to-day lives, that is how we know how are they in real life, if that makes sense. That also brings me to this point. The person you're asking about may be a part of your day-to-day life already. Are you working with them? Because there's a lot of like work energy that came through in the beginning of the reading. So you might be colleagues or something. I'm not sure. Even if you're not, I mean, it's a general reading, but they do they do feel like they're a part of your day-to-day life, or at least they have the capacity to observe you in your day-to-day life. However, they are romantically attracted to you, definitely with this card. Next card we got magical powers. I weave and clear, I cast and know. Magic secrets to me now show. Nice. I'm getting like magical aura, magical presence, energy. You might also have some um, psychic abilities, even if you don't know you have. This can manifest in like a really good intuition, a gut feeling, or something. So your intuition, your gut feeling might be something that is really strong and something that you live by. They view it as like magical, and they view you as someone who's magical. There's a lot of admiration and getting to know each other vibes I'm getting from this group. Oh, 24, which adds up to 6, and it's right over the 6 of Wands card. So 6 might be an important number. Maybe you're born on the 6th of a month or 6, what is 6? June. So you or your person might be born on June or 6, 9, 3, something relevant in any other way. And there's a phoenix there here. So it also talks about rising from the ashes, being strong, resilient. Your feelings for you are also kind of blooming. Blooming is a pentacle kind of word. I was looking for something fiery when I mean, by seeing this fire, I'm getting like the igniting. Yes, yes, that's the word. Igniting. Their feelings might also be igniting right now. So, then we have action. Oh, 16, and then this is 17. Nice. So progression. Your connection might be in progression right now whenever you're watching this. So it will progress. And action, they might be thinking about taking an action towards you. Maybe they will ask you out, or maybe even not that. Even if it's not that, then this could be something like taking any kind of action that progresses the connection in any way. Because nowadays, I mean, asking someone out directly, or maybe that's the thing. Maybe if you're colleagues, then that might be the thing that may have kind of held them back for a while, because professionalism. Let me know if you are colleagues or not. But something may have held them back before, but now it's progressing. So either is like asking you out, or like any other form of progressing the connection that is going to happen in the near future. That is, I'm seeing. And it's going to come in very unexpected. So the day it happens, I don't know what will happen, obviously. It's a general reading. But whatever it will, something that will progress the connection, but you will not see it coming. The day it will happen, you will have no clue. And that's going to be even more surprising and fresh and interesting. Let me know how that works out. Yeah, because I'm really curious. So that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you can drop a like, and if you want to see more readings like this, then please subscribe, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.
Hey, group 2, let's take a look at your person's true feelings towards you. You chose this malachite. Beautiful. I'm gonna place it here. This crystal right away is telling me that your person sees you as someone who's really transformational. So maybe someone who likes to change a lot, maybe change your style a lot frequently, or someone who's really into self development and improving and bettering yourself and changing in that sense. Or this might be telling about their feelings for you might be transforming. So maybe initially they might not have seen you as someone who would be a romantic interest, but now it's changing or something like that. Hmm. So these are like random messages, take as it resonates. First card here we have 22, which is awesome. Talks about union energy. Ace of Wands. Definitely, they are really attracted to you physically. I'm also hearing energetically. So maybe your energy is also really magnetic right now. Your aura and presence is really magnetic. And they definitely see you as someone who's really um, attractive and also like a light amongst the dark with this fire thing. I'm getting like it's kind of looking like a mashal that is reminding me of like being the light in the dark. You might be someone who, in a way, lights up the room or lights up a path. You have that vision, light at the end of the tunnel, or you have that optimistic essence to you. You might have instinctual perspectives that come to you so naturally, but to other people, it's like, wow, wow, never thought that way, you know? So, yeah, like really entrepreneurial and leadership, shining your light kind of vibes I'm getting. They also, with this here, an insect is on the flower, right? What insect is that? Is that even an insect? I don't know. Okay, whatever. But this is giving me the feeling of like you being magnetic and people are drawn to you, and your person is really drawn to you as well. Hmm. Have you started something new, anything creative, or any business or job, new job, or maybe you have met this person when you went to a new job, or they are new, or whatever the case is, there is a energy of beginning, a new creative beginning, a new um, career or enthusiastic beginning in either of your lives. Oh, before I forget, I want to mention that when I was done with shuffling your cards and I was about to, like I was in the process of clearing the energy of the deck, I got this vision of Aloha, the movie Aloha, and that specific scene of Emma Stone and Bradley Cooper on the bed, and they're talking about the feet, Bradley Cooper's feet, the extra fingers, and they're really like having that moment of, you know, showing something that he hasn't shown to much people, and it's like really amusing and a really like a fun, light-hearted, intimate moment between them. So that vision came to me, and it's an extra message, take as it resonates, but something about it may be significant. Maybe either of you are fan of Emma Stone or Bradley Cooper, or you like Aloha, or they like Aloha, or it's just the energy of that moment, that moment of the feeling that, sharing that uh, little secret about oneself and having that, like a special moment between two people, like an inside joke or like a special thing that, yeah, like I showed this to you, I'm sharing this with you, I don't share this with everyone, like that kind of energy. So you and your person may have had a moment like this, or you are gonna have a moment like this where either of you is just sharing something about themselves, and it's a really like a vulnerable but bonding moment, like, yeah, a bonding moment kind of vibes I'm getting. Hmm. Then we have Elder of Swords. This is the King of Swords. So yeah, with the Malachite and this, now I'm getting. Remember, I said like their feelings are transforming in a way. And when I see this card, the first message I got was like, at first, like previously, they were trying to rationalize or intellectualize their feelings towards you, and they were in their head about it. But now it's transforming into maybe more on the heart level, heart center vibes. Maybe after that bonding moment, maybe you guys already had such a bonding moment. I mean, obviously you don't have to have an exact thing that I mentioned, but some kind of bonding moment may have happened which may have uh, changed the trajectory of the connection a bit from their side, or both of your side, who knows. But there's something that has transformed with this Malachite. Something may have transformed between you guys. Maybe it's a friends to lovers kind of dynamic, who knows. I mean, you would know. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you feel like it. But yeah, so that was the first vibe that I got. And then with this, look at the imagery. It's giving like, oh, I'm thinking about you, or like I'm thinking about my feelings, or something like that. So definitely your person thinks about you a lot, maybe more than you would realize. um and it's also like kind of surprising them that, oh gosh, why am I thinking about this person so much, you know. And maybe at first they were trying to rationalize and intellectualize their feelings, and but now they're like, okay, these feelings are not gonna go away, these thoughts are not gonna go away, I might stop battling them and let them be. So that is a kind of change that happened within this person, definitely. They might also have a lot of responsibilities or something, like this thorns in the back. It's like giving me responsibilities or like woundings kind of vibes. Maybe that's why they rationalize their emotions at first. However, something has changed, something has shifted. Due to timeline jumped, I don't know. Something has shifted in the connection. They also view you as someone who's really intelligent and intellectual, and you two might share a really intellectual bond. I mean, you may really like to talk to each other about deep topics or intellectual topics, and really enjoy each other's company, really enjoy each other's mind, and exploring each other's mind. And yeah, there's a lot of didn't I say, I think I said something about um, mental attraction, and you having this. Yeah, did I say? I'm not sure. When I'm doing readings and channeling, I don't remember much what I just said. But if I haven't said that already, then I'm saying it now, that there is mental attraction, physical attraction, yes, but also mental attraction, intellectual attraction, if you must say. Then we have Four of Swords. So, I feel like the person that you're asking about, they're really trying to, make sense of what they're feeling. There's definitely attraction here, physical attraction, mental attraction, as I have mentioned, but there's also this energy of like, I'm trying to figure it out, like what am I feeling exactly, or like how deep am I feeling or something. Like at first they were intellectualizing, and now they're like letting it be. They're like, okay, these feelings are not going to go away, I might just stop battling and let them be. And like now they're in this resting phase, and they're just observing whatever comes up. They're just observing their heart and their thoughts, and they're just letting them be. Something has shifted that made this shift within themselves as well. Interesting. And they also might have these feelings towards you that you bring a lot of calm to them, like you bring a lot of peaceful energy to them, calming energy to them. Being with you is really like, I mean, being in your company is really calming and soothing and relaxing, and it's just fun, but soothing fun. I mean, what does that even mean? I don't know. It's the way it's coming to me. It's like it's really soothing, and it's really um, interesting is the word. Even when I look at this card, like the expression, it's like, interesting. I think that's how they're feeling right now. That's how they are observing all of that is happening within their heart and their mind, and they're like, interesting. These are the thoughts that are coming. Interesting. Okay, I find this person attractive. I like their company. Interesting. It's just like self-awareness vibes. They're getting really self-aware about their feelings right now, but they're also trying to figure it out, like trying to like, what exactly is this? Maybe that's why I'm not being able to completely um, describe it in terms, like actual human terms. But yeah, that's the vibe. And now we're gonna look at your oracle cards. The next card we have is trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So maybe your person does not like to trust people blindly or right away. They're someone who's a bit more reserved in that way, and they're learning to trust this connection or you. Or maybe it's also a message from your spirit guides. This situation is calling for you to have some faith, have some patience, because things are really stirring up. Things are shifting. I don't know your story, but something has shifted recently, and things are progressing. And your spirit guides might also be asking you to have some faith, have some patience, and just let it be, and let this come to you, because I think that something has shifted definitely, and you're gonna see it in tangible ways in the near future. Then we have inspiration. Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. Wow. Maybe your spirit guides also want you to um, pray to Isis if you're up for it. I don't know. Or maybe that's also a vibe, that energy that they view as, they view you as like goddess of magic, and like this divine feminine energy doesn't have to be uh, gender specific. Obviously, we all have divine masculine and divine feminine energy within us, and it's just the, yeah, like that feeling of compassionate, soothing, calming presence, and also inspiration. So your person might also get a lot of inspiration from you. So this is giving me muse creative vibes. So you might be their muse, they might be into some creative arts, or even just inspiration in everyday life. Maybe talking to you, having deep conversations with you kind of turns up their bulb in their mind or something. I mean, you get my point, right? Like some kind of inspiration, some kind of ignition. Ignition, is that the word? um Also, this happens whenever I'm channeling and like doing readings. Some words are just like out of my head. I'm like, okay, is this even a word? Am I saying it right? I don't know. Maybe that's another message that they might feel like this in your case. I mean, they view as someone who's really intellectual, intelligent, right? You guys have intellectual conversations, and sometimes they are like, okay, wait, did I say it right? Did I say it wrong? So like, they are kind of also like, I wouldn't say concerned, but like they do put some, sorry, they do put some value to how you think about them and how you perceive them, and they also want you to perceive them as someone who's intelligent and intellectual. So like vocabulary, grammar, they might like really put some value into that. Okay, am I, did I just say it right, did I just you know, that vibes. I mean, I get it, like, yeah, when we like someone and like when we want them to perceive us in a good way, right? Like, okay, did I say it right? That kind of vibes I'm getting from them. Then we have magician and the mirror. We literally have goddess of magic and then magician and the mirror. So definitely you're bringing some magic into this person's life. How are you doing in group two? But yeah, definitely something that you're doing, or maybe it's just your presence or your connection and the um, collaboration you guys have. It's just bringing some magic into life. And with the magician and the mirror, it's also talking about you being a great manifester. They might see you as someone who's really powerful, who's really magnetic, who is good at manifestation. And maybe that is the interesting part. Maybe usually they don't second guess themselves or like get a little bit flustered or nervous around someone, but maybe with you, they kind of put value on how they're perceived and maybe a little bit flustered or nervous. They might not show it, obviously, but maybe that's something that they feel and they're like, interesting. That is interesting should be the motto of this entire not motto, like slogan of this entire reading. Like that's how their feelings are towards you. um, they're really in their they think about you a lot, and like they're trying to let their thoughts be and accept it. Yeah, so that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you didn't, drop a like, and if you want to see more readings like this, then subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye. See, again, this flustered energy is making me tip down, not trip over my words. That's how they feel towards you. They trip over their words sometimes with you, and they're like, interesting. I'm sorry. I hope you're not annoyed by this phrase at this point, but yeah. Okay, bye. Hey, group three, welcome to your reading. And you know what? This never happened in my entire YouTube career, 4 years of YouTube career, but I finished your entire reading without turning on the mic, and the compatibility device was already attached to the phone, so it didn't record any sound. Oh my god. But I'm gonna do it again, and I might sound a little bit tired because I am, and a little bit sad as well because it was a beautiful reading. But obviously, I'm gonna give the messages again. So first, okay, sorry. The crystal that you got is this Angel Aqua Aura Quartz, and the energy that I got from this was really like magical, mermaidy, underwater vibes. So you may or may not have water placements, but something about emotions, water, magic is significant. Maybe you like water, you like being near water, or your person does. Then, yes, obviously the reading won't be the exact same, mm, just like this recent message of you liking water did not come earlier, but I believe this happened for a reason. Maybe there was something else you needed to know. So yeah, I'm gonna read the cards again. So um the first card we have here is Eight of Pentacles, and your person really feels that you have big dreams and you are able to achieve it. And the way it came to me earlier, it was like inspiring and motivating energy. So like being with you, being in your presence somehow motivates and inspires this person to work on their own goals and dreams as well. So they feel that you are someone who um, works for their dreams, and it's really inspiring to them. Somehow maybe intentionally or unintentionally as well, you inspire and motivate this person to work on their own dreams and goals. And this look at how this crystal is kind of shining light, this was giving me the vibe of, you kind of shine a light within deeper aspects of them, and deep aspects of them that maybe they were unconscious about, or deep soul desires, deep soul dreams, soul level resonance. So I was getting very like soul level resonance vibes for this reading. So their soul deeply resonates with your soul. And I was also getting like soul family member vibes. And this reading was so deep and unexpected, deeper than I thought it was, like it would be for this particular topic. But I just saw 333. So with that, I'm also getting a new message of you being very creative, and yeah, like they really see your potential, um, their thoughts and feelings about you does not only includes their own dreams about you being together, or their own dreams in general, daydreams or whatever, but their thoughts and feelings and dreams about you also involve you achieving your own dreams. And that is, I think, is so beautiful and rare. They see your potential, they want you to reach that potential, and they are also inspired and motivated because of you to uh, go for their own dreams. So there is no codependent energy at all there. This is a really healthy and beautiful, deep, mature uh, kind of soul connection I'm getting. Next card we have for you is High Priestess. So the High Priestess, and I'm also, I apologize because I'm sounding really tired. um but yeah, okay. Though the High Priestess, they really, with the crown, I was getting the crown here on the owl. First of all, the owl itself is like really wise, and High Priestess also talks about being knowledgeable about stuff that other people have no clue about, like mystical stuff, esoteric stuff, or even just the topics that other people might not really know much about or deeply about, like psychology or um, astrology or anything of that sorts, or even neuroscience. Who knows? I mean, like any topic that is very niche and not many people know much about it, and you know a lot of that, so they see you as someone who's really knowledgeable and deeply educated. I mean, it doesn't have to be a degree wise educated, but it's just like you know a lot, like you're very intellectual and like knowledgeable. And with the crown, I was getting like they see you as like you're meant to lead, you're meant to shine your light, share your voice, you're meant to empower, help, and like shine your light basically. You're meant to lead even if you don't see yourself like a leader, but they know that you have that potential for leadership. And they would describe you as something like, you deserve to lead, you're meant to lead, you're such a natural born leader, and leaders like you um, is needed in this world. They might describe you in that way. They have really high regards for you. The feelings involve deep admiration, reverence, and very much like inspiration as well. You somehow inspire and motivate them to do better, to be better. And not, I'm not saying that they are not good already or they are not at your level. No, they are. With the two, I'm getting a very collaborative energy. So You guys balance each other's out. You guys balance each other's weaknesses with each other's strengths. There is a very collaborative and cooperative energy, and they are definitely your match. But they might think that you are so, I mean, they put you in so much high regard, but they see your potential. And by potential, I'm not saying, like, those unhealthy relationships, oh, I'm seeing their potential, so that's why I'm staying. Not like that. By potential, I mean potential for your life in general. I mean your soul purpose, your life purpose. So they really feel that you are meant to be successful, and you are meant to have an impact on the world, and you just meant to shine and share your voice. They would really encourage you to share your voice, share your art, share your work. Even my voice is a bit cracked right now because I'm speaking for so long. But I got a message again, kind of saying, even if your voice is cracking, even if your voice is crumbling, you are still meant to speak, shine, and just share the knowledge that you have. You have so much in you, so much of you. They're asking you to share that with the world. I mean, their higher self is asking that. And I was also getting before, like, this pile might be a mix of people who have met their person and a mix of people who have not yet met their person. So some of you might even ask about someone like a future soulmate, someone you haven't met yet. But even if that's the case, there is definitely telepathic communication. Your each other's higher selves communicates with each other regularly. And I was even getting with the high priestess a lot of like dream travels, astral meetings, and dreams, and each other's higher self popping in each other's dreams with some, maybe some quotes, or maybe some dreams or nudges to inspire and motivate each other when you guys need it. And just being there for each other, even if you haven't met already. We have Ace of Swords, and that talks about clarity. Um, and I was getting right off the bat with this card that there is no doubt how they feel about you. Maybe your guys' meeting will be really synchronistic and unexpected, and you guys will have a pull towards each other, and soon things will progress. Maybe things will progress sooner, maybe feelings will develop sooner than you would have thought, or they would have thought. And there is a lot of clarity in how they feel about you, and how deeply they feel about you, or how they will be feeling about you, and how deeply they would feel about you. So there is a lot of clarity. And also with the Ace of Swords, whenever they are in a doubt, or like want to talk it out about something, maybe they are confused about something and they come to you for advice, just talking to you, just being in your presence, instantly gives them clarity. Because there is a lot of soul reverence and soul connection. I mean, soul level resonance and reverence. And you guys would really know each other and know what to say to each other. Like, I feel like there is very like a psychic connection, a telepathic connection. And both of you are very tapped into your own higher self in that way, so you know what to say sometimes, and it just feels like channeling exactly what the other person needed to hear. Same goes for dreams and messages. Like, maybe their higher self show you something in your dream, and that's exactly what you needed to know. Or, and also, whether you have met them or not, you dream of each other. Then we have imagination. Imagination now sets me free, divine ones. I send my thanks to thee. With that, I was getting. They think about you a lot. They dream about you a lot. whether you have met them in the 3D or not, there is a lot of daydreaming and imagination, and they are very they feel very grateful to have you in their life, or they would be feeling very grateful to have you in your life. And there is also gratitude towards you for your presence, for all that you bring to the table, for all the I just heard awesomeness you bring to the table, but also like wisdom. There's so much wisdom, ancient wisdom, and with the imagination, I was also getting. They don't really imagine it. I mean, imagine about your guys' future together, but also imagine how would it be like when you reach your goals and dreams. So that was a really like a beautiful selfless thing I was getting. Like they don't only daydream about your dreams together or like their feelings, but they also daydream about what it would be like when you achieve your own dreams. And that is just like very beautiful, independent but collaborative kind of connection, kind of energy I was getting, which is actually really beautiful. It still amazes me. Next, we have let go of control issues, allow this situation to unfold naturally. So, it would make really sense if you have not met your person already. This might be a um, message from your spirit guides, or even if you have met them already, it's just let this connection go at its own pace, let everything unfold naturally. Then we have angel of balance. With this, I was getting this resonance of the Aqua or Aquads with this blue light. And the Egypt thing was giving me the vibe of, as I was saying, like this reading, there's a bird in the window saying you hi. Maybe you also have spirit guides appearing to you as birds. That was an additional message. I was saying that um, this reading was really and is really, I mean, it's still really deeper than what I thought it would be. And I was getting, obviously it will not resonate with everyone, but for those it would resonate. You too, you and your person might have a past life together in Egypt, or you might be someone who's really um, pulled towards Egypt, drawn towards Egypt, or maybe they are. And there's this sense of ancient magic, ancient wisdom that we also got from the High Priestess card. And did you do something to manifest this person? I mean, I mean, before meeting them, because that if you have, then that might have worked. And also, even here, there is like water. And I was getting like water kind of energy, something about the water. Maybe you guys will meet near a water body, or um, some like really emotions and water. Water talks about emotions and flowing. It also asks you to let things unfold naturally and flow with life. And there is deep emotions here, and they are aware of their own emotions. See how she's looking at the water, like they are aware of how they feel. And oh my god, yeah, and it's just exactly Ace of Swords, and I was getting the same message. So that's a confirmation. So they are aware of how they feel towards you. And yeah, I think things will progress naturally. And it's such a beautiful and collaborative and mature soul resonant connection. And that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, then drop a like. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more videos like this. And I'm gonna see you in my next video. And I'm so sorry for my voice. But yeah, bye.